Oh my god, I am live. Hello, everyone. I know no one. No one was probably gonna come here. Anyway, I'm just getting home, and I was not able to do any talks last week simply because the Wi Fi was so slow. But now I'm back home, and I'm just. I miss sharing. Sharing is such a big part of my life, and I really enjoy that so much. And I'm back home, and I'm just getting some coffee, and I know no one as of yet comes to share with me, so I'm just gonna talk and feel my oats, feel frisky. One thing I just wanna, and if you watch all my talks, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking off my head, and I'm letting myself go, because um, and I say that all the time. I can understand, like I can understand how I have gotten myself in the past in so many, funky situations for myself and for others because there is this persistent voice. It's one of the most profound discoveries I have come to realize. And if you don't know that you have this voice, I think it is one of the most like profound things that you'll ever recognize within yourself. I'm just turning on this camera, and when I turn on this camera right now, and my voice is talking to me constantly. My voice talks to me constantly, and you can say, Maurice, I don't have a voice that talks to me constantly, or that's me, and I'm supposed to listen to this voice. Well, for me, anyone's entitled to do whatever they want to do. But for me, I have realized that I am not that voice. The voice that tells me so many things and talks to me and gives me opinions and takes me down some random road of memory or projection into the future, and the lack of awareness of the present moment, and the lack of, and the drama, and the this and the that, and the what would they think, and all of this stuff that is connected to the voice. The voice, the voice is not productive. Now, this is my opinion about the whole thing, and I feel what is the reason I want to share it. Sometimes I want to go to the highest mountaintop and just scream it out because it's the most profound thing. It is the most profound and the most loving and most respectful thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. And that is this voice. This voice that is inside my head that talks to me all the time. I'm so curious about it. And I talk about it a lot because I will probably talk about it because it's there. And it's very persistent, and it will tell me that I'm crazy. It'll tell me that I'm loving. It'll tell me all of these things that are kind of like superficial. They're really superficial. And if you are attached to any of that stuff, there's a time when because the conditioned mind is so, it records all this stuff, and it records and can tell you. And you can, the thing is, right now, I feel like because I'm so aware of the voice is constantly, and you got to get through that. I think this is what I share with myself. You got to accept it. You got to accept the voice, and the voice that tells you anything, anything, or labels anything, or disagrees with the current situation or your circumstance or your life, or makes you worry about the future, or any of these things that tells you, it's beautiful, it's not beautiful, I like this, I don't like that. And then your opinions, like for me, my opinions become very shallow. Because I don't believe in believing in really anything. So my belief system has changed, like completely, about myself and about others and about things. And I don't know, I realized that really actually I don't know nothing, because something in my head is speaking that to me, or saying this to me, or letting me, wanting me to follow it and follow it and follow it, And it's really, really, if you don't give it any kind of power, and what I mean by power, if you don't follow the thought and believe the thought, like I stopped believing any of the thoughts that are in my head, seriously. And I don't care if anybody thinks I'm crazy. There's a voice that will tell me that I'm crazy, and that will always be there. And I own that, and I love that craziness, and I love that weirdness, and I love the, the expansion of myself. And my guidance system is, what is my guidance system? It's the present moment, I guess, Like, how can I say that? And sometimes it gets so overwhelming because as I travel and I see and I meet so many different people and I think I see a lot of things, I'm really interested and curious about learning. And that's what the mind can do. It can learn and record, and it's intelligent, and it's an incredible thing. There's nothing wrong with anything that I'm saying, although it's like what makes me realize is that this persistent voice is just not who I am, because I don't think these things. Like, I don't think these things that come up in with the voice on everything if I'm paying attention to it. And it can make me want to go, what makes me want to go right when I, go left, when I want to go left, or when I don't, like, what is so interesting, I don't even actually, I wouldn't say the opposite of what the voice says, I'm not doing it. It's talking to me, and my body is moving in some kind of direction. And that is so wonderful, because the the bliss that I experience is so intoxicating in a good way that I feel absolutely heavenly a lot of the time. I would say all the time. It's not all the time, because I have feelings, but those feelings that bring some kind of mental activity is a very, very interesting thing. And it's where I am, and it just feels so good. It feels so good, and I'm not attached. People, you know what I mean? I've always felt as though somebody or something, or, even myself, needs to validate. And the mind likes to look for support with this kind of way of being, and this radical way of being. And it likes to relate to people who have the same experiences. That's what we do. We relate to people who have similar experiences to help us, to assist us to grow, and to, but when you reach this point in your spiritual development, or in your own individual development, it doesn't matter what your path is. I guess in a way that this voice is persistent and can be consistent, and it is the icing on the top. But that's also my ego. That's a thought about a thought. It is so relieving, and it's so wonderful, and the freedom I feel because I can do things that bring me. I don't resist the fear. I don't resist the inferiority. I don't resist the superiority. What I mean is, like, I don't attach to the things that arise in my head. And this is really an incredible, it's a miracle. And I wish we learned this in school, because it can tell you that you shouldn't be. You should be this, you should be that, you shouldn't be that, you should be this, you believe in this, and this other thing is a constant thing that is like, I don't know. And it can make me feel so big that everyone's listening to me and thinking that I'm cuckoo and crazy. And right now my voice can say, and it's just in a flash, can say, oh my God, you keep repeating the same thing over and over and over, which I probably don't. It's just within this moment. And living in the present moment, and there is really, really a lot of awareness of manifestation, and dreams do come true on so many levels. They can be tiny, they can, serendipitous experiences happen, and that's because the awareness. I have this insatiable desire for my freedom, and my freedom, it becomes there are more and more what is freedom. It becomes more and more freedom for this voice. Freedom from the attachment of the voice. The voice will never go away. And it's really a miracle. It's the most profound thing, and I just laugh. I laugh at the arguments that my voices can say in my head about so many situations and so many things. And when I get almost hijacked by it, and I say almost really because I'm really not hijacked. Because if I'm hijacked, I find in a flash, in a moment, I can make a certain decision and and it's gone. And it's really, really amazing. You know what I mean? It's really amazing. It's really an amazing thing to know and to recognize, and to all of my, I just want all my friends, I want the whole world to know this, because we just stopped doing that and realizing that the part of us that is untouched, not the thoughts, the things behind the thoughts, the cloud behind, the sky, or the blue sky behind the thoughts. It is such a wonderful thing, and there's self-love to be had instantly within this, because you're not following any kind of, rule of life, or any kind of, like, it is such a beautiful thing that it can bring me to tears at any moment, because I realize that I am not that. I am not that. And what am I? I'm profoundly just love personified, and love, just love. I'm so grateful to be home and to be here on my couch, and just having a restful day, and stop listening to this voice, whatever voice it tells you anything about yourself. It's just not there. Lots of potential in that. Have a wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you when I see you, and all the best for paying attention, all the best for letting go of the voice and allowing yourself to feel all of it, and watch it all play. Just the first step is to watch it all play. It just plays in the mind, and it makes up things. It makes up just a lot of bullshit. It makes up gorgeous things too. It makes up all kinds of things, but you're not any of this. And I think the blissful state happens more consistently, and it feels good, and I don't need to go anywhere to do anything to feel good within myself. It just feels good. All right, jump on that express. Have a beautiful day, and enjoy yourself, and love yourself, and be good, and all that. Love you so much. Thank you everyone for watching. Sorry about last week if you were looking for my videos. Much love. Bye.